We're coming to you from the Radford Studio Center lot in Studio City, right over the hill from Hollywood. This is the place where dreams are made, legends are born. Hello and welcome to The Lot. I'm Suzanne Marquez. We have an exciting show for you today as we sit down with one of the stars from Griselda, Martin Rodriguez, plus Brandon Delcid from Jennifer Lopez's new movie, This Is Me Now, a love story. But that's not all. Legendary Hong Kong American actor Tai Ma is also here as he's in a new rom-com, Five Blind Dates, out now. But first, we're taking a look at a critical period in the life of Jamaica's most famous figure, Bob Marley, One Love.
Oh, you want to start? From the beginning.
Bob Marley, One Love, paints a portrait of the man who became a reggae and Rastafarian icon.
Redemption songs.
When you write that?
All my life.
The film shows both the glamour of his success and the dangers he faced at home.
There's a war going on. You can't separate the music and the message.
'Cause every day we pay.
Bob, they try to kill you and your wife. And now you're choosing to return to Jamaica to play a peace concert?
Sometimes the messenger has to become the message.
Stars Kingsley Ben-Adir and Lashana Lynch spent a lot of time with the Marley family.
You sound just like him. You have the charisma. Ziggy has said it, that you embodied his dad's essence.
It was for me, I really found out about Bob, from scratch, from spending time with his family and with his friends. It was about trying to not copy him or trying to mimic him. It was just, a tribute to his spirit.
I wanted the film to feel like we got a VIP ticket into his life, into the recording studio, into his bedroom. How did he write music? Did he do it with a pen? Did he do it with a guitar?
Producer Ziggy Marley, Bob's son, worked to ensure the film's authenticity.
We could have went to some other island and set it up or whatever, but Jamaica, to be real authentic to Bob, and I don't think he would have it any other way, or Jamaicans would have it any other way.
I want the world to change. And that time is now.
A new animated show brings the game of rock, paper, scissors to life. The show is perfect for kids and anyone who likes fart jokes and has some great character actors like Melissa Villaseñor of SNL fame, comedian Ron Funches, who voices Cooper in the Trolls movies, and Thomas Lennon and Carlos Alazraqui of Reno 911.
His name's Jonathan Fart Joke.
Wait a minute. You don't know Jonathan Fart Joke?
The best fart joke comedian of all time?
He was in so many popular fart-based movies.
Pals, rock, paper, and scissors are a trio of best friends and roommates who lovingly compete over everything in hilarious but mostly wildly absurd ways. They are voiced by some of the funniest people in comedy.
I'm Pencil. I live down the hall from Rock, Paper, Scissors, and I get into fun shenanigans and silly things with them.
He was in so many popular fart-based movies. A Fart is Born, Casablanca, The Godfather Part 2.
She's a goof. She gets anxious. She gets really excited over fun facts. Sometimes I have problems telling myself I'm smart. So when I play Pencil, I really do confirm it.
I just don't like fart jokes.
What did you say?
I don't think they're funny.
I'm Tom Lennon. I play Paper, who is best friends and roommates with Rock and Paper and has a long-standing crush on Pencil. Yeah. Paper's the uptight character that definitely feels real close to my wheelhouse and seems to think he's the smartest person in the room a lot, which I'm not going to say I have that verbatim, but I pretty much do have that verbatim. Yeah.
You're the Holly Hunter of this broadcast news.
Right?
Broke or not, you still have to pay for your pizza. Maybe it's time you stop being a bum and get a job.
Oh, judgmental Paper calls me a bum just because I fit the definition of one. I'm Carlos Alazraqui. I play Scissors. I love my flatmates, Paper and Rock, and we are jealous of Pencil because Pencil pays her rent on time.
You guys are so cute.
Paper, you'd love Jonathan Fart Joke, especially his political material.
This is my impression of the president. Taxes?
So silly. Catch Rock, Paper, Scissors, and Pencil Mondays at 5:30 p.m. on Nickelodeon and streaming anytime on Paramount+. Before we welcome our next guest, let's take a look at Griselda.
¿Hace cuánto trabajas para Milka?
Te dije que te llevaba a verlo. Pero eso no significa que debamos tener una conversación.
¿Por qué? ¿No eres bueno para hablar?
Depende de qué.
Es como acercarme a tu jefe. ¿Sabes qué pienso? Que tú respetas lo que yo dije ayer. Si no, yo no estaría sentada en este carro.
That was a clip from Griselda starring Sofia Vergara, and our next guest is scene stealer Martin Rodriguez. Welcome, Martin. I'm so excited to have you here. The series debuted at #1 in 89 countries, is still in the top 10 of Netflix shows. Did you expect the reception that the show has gotten and just the feedback and the excitement people have for Griselda?
Well, thank you for having me first.
Yes.
Yeah, well, at some point we were waiting for the reception because we knew that the show was premiered in every country around the world.
Yeah.
So it was something that we expected, but you know, the reception of the people, that is the most important.
Yeah. Well, it was incredible. And what's wonderful is that it's a true story. It's almost a hard to believe story. You play a real hitman named Rivi, the only person still alive today from her inner circle. So what kind of research did you do? Did you meet him? Did you add your own Martin spice to him? I'm dying to know.
Yeah, the character is based on a real person. And as you said, he's alive, still alive. I think we then try to resemble the real person behind the character in formal terms.
Mm-hmm.
My work with the director was create a character with a specific humanity and with someone who has complex personality and someone who was part of the complex social situation in Miami in the 80s.
Yeah.
It was a special time.
Well, even though you play a bad guy, it's easy to love your character. That's the thing, there's something to love about everybody. So you are just one of the main people in the show, and it's such fun to have you here. This is why it's so exciting to have you. So it was juxtaposed, you have the late 70s, early 80s, with some serious violence. When you think of those scenes and the real life moments that happened, was it hard to play some of those?
Well, the 70s and the 80s was very important to me, or for the rest of the cast, of course, with something because, you know, in the 80s there is an energy and a plasticity specific for that time that was showed in the show, in the customs, with the customs department, there was in the period some attitude of rebellion in the people too, and that was shown in the art, in the music, in the poetry too.
Yes.
That was important to explore that part.
Well, some of the scenes are so glamorous too, like the scene on the boat where it's a big party. So at least you had that balance, right? But how did you unwind when you were done with a day of filming?
Well, I think I started filming because the series was set in Los Angeles and in Miami. So
you filmed in Los Angeles. It looks like Miami to me. That's what's so wild.
Yeah.
So was it around Hollywood? What kind of areas did you film at?
Well, I didn't know Miami exactly, but the setting was amazing. The production was amazing team, an amazing director that really, with an ensemble of Latin American actors that we made a family there.
Was it better too, just having an all Latino cast, folks who are, you know, speaking Spanish and English? Was there more of a relaxed atmosphere because you didn't have to work with you know, being the fish out of water?
Oh yeah, I think it was a big, nice mix in the language. We did the show with mix, you know, different language, the English and the Spanish has very contact. And in the 80s, actually, in Miami, too many people talk in Spanish, but talk in English too. So that's very good. That combination is it's so good.
Yeah, we call it Spanglish.
That's kind.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, when you think of filming, I just thought it was so incredible. When you learned about some of the true stories, like, you know, for example, there are murders of no matter what age people are, was it kind of hard to wrap your head around?
Well, it was a challenge to play a character that was a killer, it was a hitman. But the challenge was to play a guy that did bad things, but he wanted to make friends with at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to survive, right? He does what he can.
Right.
So because of this, do you think there are more Latin roles out there? You know, we're seeing movies like J-Lo's movie being made, and this one, you know, having Spanish and English in it. I'm seeing more movies that have different dialects and celebrating more cultures. Do you see that there are more roles? Do you think that's happening?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. That could be an interesting introduction in some of that. I think it's possible. I think the people need something like that, and it's nice when you can play with a language, different language is amazing.
So do you have any other projects coming up?
Well, something coming up, nothing concrete, but I try to keep it calm.
Yes, well, right now you're doing press all around the world. So thank you for coming by here.
Of course.
I love the look.
Anytime. Thank you.
This is very, very on trend and on theme with the show, which is so glamorous and so fabulous.
Thank you.
And yeah, you play a really gritty character, but in real life, you look a lot like Jude Law. Very, very glamorous in person. Martine, it's been a joy to have you by the lot. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Susan.
Of course. And if you haven't seen Griselda, it is streaming now. And when we come back, we switch gears to movies. One of the stars of J-Lo's film, This Is Me Now, is joining us.
Everyone here said you have a problem, but I do not think you do. He is very hot, and he has a good credit score.
Don't catch it, it's cursed. Take me.
Okay, now doesn't that look like a party? This Is Me Now, a love story, is streaming now along with J-Lo's new album, and the film explores her 20-year journey of love. Joining me now is one of the stars of her movie, Brandon Delcid. Brandon, thank you for joining us.
Oh my gosh, anytime. I mean, hello.
Okay, let's make this a weekly thing.
We've got to see. We already were talking about all of our connections.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about who you play in the film, because it seems like you're stirring it up a little bit in this scene.
I am, yeah. I mean, so I essentially play her gay best friend in the film, which already was like a pinch me moment.
Oh,
you know.
Imagine in real life.
I mean, it's just insane. She's definitely, a gay's girl. She's
so
fabulous. She's a glamazon. What can't you love? But we do get involved with some of the drama. You know, we're trying to help steer her on her journey of love and life. And there's some bumps in the road, but we're trying to help.
Of course.
You know, we're trying as her friends to help, but she doesn't always listen to us.
No, because you have to learn through experience, right?
You do, and she's, on a journey of love, and it's really neat to see how important her friends are to her, and that she made it really sort of, I think we're a really grounding force in the film.
And we film here in LA. You're a California native, not too far away.
Yeah.
You got your start at the Fresno Community Theater, which I love.
I did.
And you also worked in the off-Broadway production of the Big Bang Theory musical, which is fabulous. How did you land this role?
I mean, I feel like it was 20 years in the making. Like I started performing about 20 years ago when I was 9 years old.
Aww.
And my grandma took me to a production of Oliver the Musical, and I was just hooked. And I grew up in Fresno, California, and it was a really supportive community to grow up in. And, through a lot of musical theater and eventually finding my way to Los Angeles, I found my way, but it took time. It took 20 years, It doesn't happen overnight. This all feels like it, but it didn't, you know?
Of course.
And then you'd end up on a soundstage with J-Lo and you're glammed and you don't know how it all happened.
Yes, well, you are super glamorous, and seeing your photos from the premiere, so handsome.
Thank you.
So she's known for her work ethic. What was it like working with her on and off the set?
incredible. I mean, it was a dream. It was like even better than I imagined it would be working with someone of that caliber.
Yeah.
It was so inspiring, and she was so welcoming. And even, you know, after we wrapped, she continued to invite us and bring us into her world, and it's essentially like she's been a fairy godmother. I feel like she like plucked me out of the city and brought me into her world, and it was just really, really incredible. And I can't say enough about her work ethic, her hustle, her drive.
Yeah.
I mean, she literally is getting up like the crack of dawn to work out every single morning. And the dancing she does.
Oh, I know. I remember her back when she was a fly girl back in the day.
Yes.
I've always looked up to her. I'm in my 40s. She's in her 50s. We're two up. I feel like I'm double her age. I could be her grandmother.
Stop
But I'm just
it.
saying, she has like a six-pack.
Yeah.
Like you said, wakes up early. She's back with Ben, and I love their love.
Yeah.
How it is like a full circle moment for her in her life right now.
It's so cool. I mean, the film really shows that she's happy and she's glowing and she's just different. I think there's an energy about her too that you can feel when you're around her, both of them, that the love is so strong and she's happy. I love the lyric in one of the songs is like, I love who I am lately.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's like a really powerful phrase to think about. Like the best is yet to come at any age, wherever you're at, if you choose to live your life that way.
Right? And we have the permission to change our mind. You know,
Always.
they always love to bring up, well, you're here, you can't really go back. No,
Yeah.
we're always growing and evolving.
Always. And she's, you know, one of the strongest beacons I think we have of that on Earth.
Oh,
so
for
to be
sure.
in proximity of that, you know, I feel like I'm levitating right now
I love
still.
it. Well, you just went to the premiere. Let's talk about what that was like to see the movie on the big screen.
Insane. Yeah, we had our premiere at the Dolby Theater on Tuesday night, and it felt like a manifestation come true of,
Yeah.
like I said, 20 years in the making. It
Well,
was
it's big. I mean, there were so many stars there.
Yeah.
You walked the carpet. Who were you wearing?
Yeah, I was wearing Stephen Lewis, who is a really fabulous up-and-coming designer who everybody needs to check out. And you can check it out on my Instagram as well. I put a lot of pictures of the outfit and some BTS, but it was a dream. Again, I feel like I left my body as I was gliding across, which I was gliding. If you see the outfit, you'll understand. I was gliding across the carpet, and I got to bring my boyfriend, and I got to bring my cousin with me as well. And so it was really special to get to, you know, be with people who have been along for the journey and don't just see this part of it. They saw, you know, the whole scope. And Jennifer was amazing that night. She was glowing, and I got to chat with her a little bit about, we have a documentary coming out about the making of the film.
Oh my gosh,
which
yes.
will be out on the 27th. And she was just so excited. I talked to her and I was like, Jennifer, I was like, this is insane. Like, people are gonna be blown away. And she was like, you know, one of the secrets of my career has been I like to surprise people.
I love that.
Yeah.
And when you always have something to look forward to. I love doing that too.
Yes, you've got it. It keeps you going in life. Something to look forward to.
Okay, so we were talking about your look on the red carpet.
Yes.
This is an equally handsome
Well,
look.
thank
Can we
you.
see it?
Yes,
I love it.
Yes, I mean,
I'll stand up with you so you're not
should we
standing
stand
up
up?
alone.
Is
Yes,
there a
let's just
little?
both-
Yeah, I mean, we've got, you know, there's a little bit of glam
Yes.
going on. I do love, and the shoes are pretty fabulous.
So
this is Robin
so good.
Schreiber, the shoes, and then this is Maison Privée. But I know, look at you too. I mean,
Please.
we're
this
kind
is
of
my
like,
newest dress, but I
we're
love
giving
that
a
you're
little glam.
I love that you're building me up. Now I know why you and J-Lo
Oh.
connect. Because you both have that giving, generous, excited spirit.
Thank you, my love. I mean, I try. I think life's better that way.
Yeah.
And I think we're all, you know, you attract the energy you put out in life. And I would encourage anybody to, you know, look at what you're putting out and see what comes back. And yeah, I always feel like on the verge of tears these days because I think about how, you know, to find her, to get to work with her, it was one of those like epic manifestation frequency moments. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
a
whoa,
life-changing
a
moment.
life-changing
Yeah.
moment.
Well, I can't wait to see you in more.
Thank you,
And what's
thank you.
your tag on Instagram?
Yes, follow me at Brandon Delsid and
Easy.
to keep up with all the excitement.
Love it. Brandon, thank you for coming by and joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. This is Me Now. A Love Story is streaming now on Prime Video. When we come back, if you liked Crazy Rich Asians, we have the perfect rom-com for you. 5 Blind Dates just dropped on Prime Video, and one of the stars, Ty Ma, is joining us.
This is a story about me, Leah, and T.
How is the shop?
Doing well.
It is. 接下来的
5次约会里找到你的终身伴侣，会帮助你的事业。
5 dates?
That was a clip from 5 Blind Dates on Prime Video right now, and I am honored to have Taima joining us. So excited about this movie. Tell me about your role in it.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me.
Of course.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's an honor you're here. It's like meeting one of the famous faces I've watched for years on television. And you've also been really fantastic about being outspoken, about representation.
Thank you. I think it's part of my job, right?
I love it. Okay, so your character is such a fun role.
Yes. And it's one of those once another historical breaking kind of a story. It's about a whole community that we're not that familiar. It's about a Chinese community in Australia. This particular character, he's of course the father of the bride, and he's a kind of a quirky kind of a character. He comes in on a motorcycle. He lives on a boat, and he do confess to his daughters that yes, my parenting skills are a bit unconventional, so please forgive me.
Yes, it's such a ride, and I love that you highlighted that it is a unique story, and the way they incorporate English and different languages with, let me get it right, is it Cantonese? Mandarin?
Both.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
okay,
there's
I
some
love
Cantonese, some Mandarin in,
Okay,
in the
I
film
was
as well.
right.
Yes, very
But
good.
I love it with the subtitles.
The fact that you know there's different dialects,
Of
that's already a
course.
plus.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate that.
But it really adds to the richness of the story, and it opens our eyes to something new. And I love that we're in this era of celebrating that. Like, for example, movies like Parasite really changed the movie game.
Tell me about it.
Right?
They really just hit a rocket home run, really. They're fantastic. And 5 Blind Dates, it's going to be that type of movie, I believe.
What did you most enjoy about this?
I think it's because of working with these fantastic talent from another part of the world.
I know, it's so cute to hear the Aussie accent.
I know, isn't
so
it fantastic?
charming.
Yes, and the director, Sean, is also from the area. He's a Chinese Malaysian director. So it's very exciting to work with such an amazing pool of talent that you normally probably will miss and not have the opportunity to be seen.
And you have done so many incredible roles. I know you can't choose a favorite, but what do you feel has lasted with you the most or really changed the trajectory of your career?
Ooh, I tell you, it's almost like asking which one's your favorite child, right?
I know.
Come on, that's a tough one.
I know. Well,
You're
I think
putting
of
me on the
Rush Hour.
spot.
I know, but
Well,
it's like
Rush Hour definitely is one of the most popular.
Yeah.
So because there's a little girl in it, and for some reason, parents love that, and they wear out the VHS tape because it's like a babysitting tape.
Yes.
Because there's a little girl in it, and of course the boys, Jackie and Chris are just tremendous chemistry.
Yes.
So funny, so goofy, and wonderful cast.
Are there any projects that we should also be looking forward to that you're working on?
Yes, we just finished the first season of Interior Chinatown. I think it's on Hulu. We don't have a premiere date yet. I think we still have a little bit more work to do.
Nice.
Another project on the horizon called $1 Billion Whale.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's based on a book. So I think you might want to see that. And then I'm working on my memoirs.
Oh, I cannot wait to read the juicy stories.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I'm really expanding now.
Right, add a few chapters.
I have to put a chapter for you now. See?
You're so sweet. Taima, such a treat having you in studio. Thank you so much for stopping by.
My pleasure. What a joy it is to talk with you.
Well, thank you.
Hey, Dad, you want to dance?
I would love to. Coming through.
That's a wrap for this episode. I'm Suzanne Marquez. Thank you for watching The Lot.